And this is exactly why you shouldn't be keeping your cash at home. What's up everyone, David here with Free2Be, and thank you for joining me for another video. Now today, I want to share with you guys some reasons that you shouldn't be saving your cash at home, because you really shouldn't be hoarding your cash at home. Now as always, before I get started, if you are new to my channel, I cover financial literacy here in an effort to track my progress to financial independence, and hopefully by doing that, I'm creating valuable content that you and others can use in your pursuit of financial independence as well. So if you are new to the channel or haven't done so already, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below. It's a completely free action to take, and it really does help support the channel. And if you're not new and joining me again, thank you for coming back. All right, so I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's absolutely no reason to be keeping your cash at home. There's no reason to cash checks and bring the cash and stuff it under a mattress, under a pillow, or in a drawer. There's absolutely no reason to do this. So these are the main reasons you should avoid doing this. And I don't think any one of these is more important than the other, but I do feel that all of them are pretty important. So make sure you tune in for this entire video. Now, the first reason you don't want to be keeping your cash at home is that you are literally missing out on free money. That's right. When you actually put your money in a bank account, even if it is a low interest bearing bank account, you're still getting interest on that cash. Whereas if you were to withdraw that cash and just leave $600 in your desk drawer, that money is not doing you any good there. You're not actually going to be getting any money on top of that. So you're missing out on opportunities to get free money. You can find bank accounts that actually give you fairly decent interest rates. And a lot of these are low fee or no fee accounts, and you can even set them up online. So you need to make sure that you're making the most out of your own money and you are earning interest when available, so that you're not actually just missing out on this free money. Now, the second reason to avoid keeping your money at home is that when you keep your money at home, it is not FDIC insured. And when a bank is backed by the FDIC, it will insure your money up to $250,000 worth of deposits. So if you have $50,000 sitting in your home and something happens and that $50,000 goes away, that money is not insured. Whereas if you leave it in a bank and something happens and it's hacked or it's gone, that money is insured by the FDIC, and you do get that $50,000 back. So it doesn't make sense to just leave that money sitting around at home when if something happens, you have no insurance policy against protecting that cash. Which brings me to the third reason you shouldn't be keeping that money at home is that you might just lose that money. What happens if you forget where you put the money? What happens if you put it in a desk drawer and then misplaced it when you were cleaning it out for spring cleaning and threw it away? What happens if you just forget where you put it? You stand the chance of losing that money just by having it available and somewhere in the house. If you scatter your money and you hide it in different places, there's a very high likelihood that you will forget the places that you did hide the money. And even though you may not lose all of it because maybe you remember most of your hiding places, what happens about the one or two that you forget? So unless you have some brilliant scheme or brilliant plan and remember every place you would hide money in your home or keep it all in one place, which is even sillier, you're very likely to lose track of that and lose your own money, which will never happen when you put it into a bank account. Now, the fourth reason you shouldn't be keeping all that cash at home is that usually renters insurance and homeowners insurance policies do not cover hidden cash. If you have cash in your house, if you have your life savings in your house, let's say $50,000, and something horrible happens and your home burns down, someone breaks into your house and takes all your things, that cash is likely not covered by any of those renters and homeowners policies that are out there. So you lose it. It's over. It's gone. Which is a horrible way to lose that money, especially since it is very avoidable. Just don't keep your cash at home. Now, the fifth reason is really my favorite reason, and it's probably the most important to me, is that when you have your cash sitting at home, you're actually losing money by doing that. So it's not only that you're missing out on free money through the interest that you might get at a bank account, but you are actually losing money to inflation. Meaning that if you have $100 sitting at home, and today that $100 could buy you, let's say, a brand new shirt. Maybe that shirt then costs $104 next year. Guess what? $100 is just sitting there. It can now only buy you X amount of shirt. It can't buy you the full shirt anymore. So you are going to start losing money to inflation. And maybe you don't realize it the first year or the second year, but if you do leave that sum of money in your home, you will notice it eventually down the road. Again, think of something easy that we can probably all relate to: a movie ticket, for example, okay? When movies were a thing, when we used to go to movie theaters, a movie theater ticket was somewhere between the $14, $15 range per ticket. Now, when I was a kid, maybe 20 years ago, you're looking at a $5 or $6 movie ticket. So imagine I had $10 when I was a kid and I just put it in my desk drawer. Well, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, that $10 could buy me a movie ticket. But if I took that $10 to the movie theater now, or at least pre-pandemic, that $10 would not buy me a movie ticket anymore. So I would have then lost to inflation. And it works the same way. If you have a large sum of money just sitting around in your house, you could lose to inflation. You will lose to inflation. So it's definitely not something you want to do with large sums of money. And finally, the sixth reason you don't want to keep a lot of money hidden in your home is, God forbid something does happen to you and then a loved one has to come and search through your things to find your assets, to find your cash. That's not any way to live. You don't want to leave them that burden. You don't want to have them have to search through all your things to find your cash. You want to have it all organized in a way that they can identify your bank account. They can go and hunt those things down. I can tell you from my personal experience, I did have a loved one who was kind of scattered all over the place in terms of their money and investments and things like that. And it was just not an easy process to track down all of those things. And I really often would sit there and wish they had just consolidated everything and kept everything in an organized way so that I wouldn't have such a difficult time chasing things down. So again, the main takeaway here is you don't want to be a burden to anyone. You don't want to miss out on, free money. You don't want to lose money to inflation. Keep your money somewhere where it makes sense and not in your home. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't keep any cash at home. That's not what I'm saying here either. I think you should keep a little bit of cash at home, but you should not keep all of your cash at home. So if you need to, keep a few $100, maybe up to $1,000 at home somewhere, in a desk drawer, in a kitchen drawer, in a jar, wherever you want to keep it. But don't keep every single penny that you earn in your house, because that is just a really bad idea. All right, guys, well, that's all I had for this video. Can you think of any other reasons why you shouldn't keep your cash at home? If you can, let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you are new to the channel or haven't done so, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below, and we'll see you next time.